and welcome to Modalities Movement Therapy. Today we are going to be de-stressing diaphragmatically and fascially. The diaphragm is our main muscle of respiration and breathing. It plays a key role in restoring movement and adaptability through the fascial web that connects us with breathing, posture, and awareness. When we practice diaphragmatic breathing, especially with longer exhalations, we stimulate the vagus nerve, which activates our rest and digest or parasympathetic nervous system. This reduces stress, improves core engagement, because as we breathe in, we go into an eccentric contractions where the muscles expand between the rib cage. They're attached to the diaphragm, so we're opening up. Then we come into a concentric contraction where these muscles shorten, so this will help us get deeper into that concentric contraction to activate these core muscles. The diaphragm also connects to the psoas, which is a deep hip flexor. Tension in the psoas muscle can affect the diaphragm and vice versa. This will lead us into lower back strain or coming into a defensive or rounded posture. So this affects not only this area, but it's also going to affect the lower back. So we want to focus on opening up as much as we can when we focus on those inhalations. In this routine, we'll use 2 soft reflex balls, but if you don't have 2 of them, you can use a high density foam peanut or you can use 2 tennis balls. You're also going to need a hard reflex ball and a foam roller. And don't forget your water. We want to hydrate and plump up the fascial tissue. All of this is going to help us release tension, restore natural breathing pattern, and help your body to relax and reset. So we're going to start in standing with the hard reflex ball and just rolling the feet out. So a nice slow and steady release all the way across the foot. And then if you find tension, focus on that area. I'm going to move the ball into the arch of the foot and circle in one direction and then change direction. Then we're going to quickly roll, lighten the pressure on the ball, and this is a proprioceptive movement. So this is our awareness of our body in space. So you should feel a bit of tingling in the foot, and then roll under the other foot, and I'm just going to flick my fingers and warm up here. Bring the ball into the arch of the foot, circle in one direction, and then change direction. Okay, a nice quick proprioceptive movement, and then you can put that ball to the side. Just shaking everything out, warming up. We're now going to work into our arms, so we're going to start circling into this open position 4 times, and then I'm going to reach around, grab hold and lick my fingers, breathe in and open up, then exhale and round the spine and release. Breathe in and open up, exhale and release. So we're coming into that eccentric contraction we spoke of, breathing in and then exhaling. Now we're going to release the hands and circle in the opposite direction 4 times. Then link the hands above the head, breathing in, and as you exhale, round the spine and reach forward. Breathe in and open up. And exhale and round. Do another 2, breathing in and exhale. 1 more and exhale. We're going to do that 2 times. So I'm going to release my hands and circle in that open position 3 and 4, Bring the hands together, breathing in, exhaling, and rounding. 3 more, breathing in and exhaling. Last 2, and exhaling. 1 more, and exhaling. Come back up into that open position and circling the arms the other way. 3 and 4, link the hands behind the back. Let's breathe in and open up. Exhale, tuck, breathe in and exhale. 2 more. And 1 more. And exhale. And just shake everything out. From here, we're going to bring the feet together. Reach the arms up and over as you shift the upper body or push yourself over to that side. Then I'm going to release and reach again. Keep squeezing the inner thighs together and keep focusing on the glutes, squeezing those glutes to help you with your balance, to stabilize you. Let's reach over to the other side for 2, 3, and 4. And release everything out. Keeping the feet and the legs together, we're now going to circle the upper body, the shoulders, focusing on this movement. We're going to do this for 30 seconds. Keep going. Nice big movement with the shoulders. We want to get as much movement into these shoulders as possible. 10, 9, and warming up the body. Let's circle the upper body, lifting the shoulders up and back. 30 seconds in this movement. Keep going. Nice big movement up and over. If you're hearing all those, that clicking and that movement, it'll be a little bit of tension around the fascia. Let's loosen that up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and hopefully you're feeling a little bit warmer. Now we're going to bend the elbows and we're going to swim freestyle, just keeping the elbows bent, legs are squeezing together, and again for 30 seconds, moving those arms up and forward. So you want to get that rotation in the upper body as much as possible. Keep going. 10 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to repeat this, opening up now for 30 seconds. Open up and get as much movement into the arms and the shoulders as you can. Keep going, 20 seconds to go. 10 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. And just shake it out. Shake everything out. Standing lengthways on your mat, breathing in. As you exhale, chin to the chest, roll down through the spine, and just hang out there and bounce. And let's breathe in, uncurl nice and slowly, and coming back up, circling the shoulders up and back, We're going to breathe in and roll down again. And roll down. Just hang out there and bounce in this position. And walking onto the hands and knees. We're going to take that foam roller and we're going to release the glutes. So come into a seated position and roll over the glutes. Link the fingers between the toes. If you can, if the hips are very tight, then you may prefer to stay in this position, but work right into that lower back. Working over the glutes, so it's a big range of movement. If you can, take that ankle over the knee, thread the fingers between the toes, lift the foot to get a little bit deeper into that release. Five and 4, 3, 2, and 1. And releasing the toes. Let's do the same thing to the other side. Link the fingers between the toes and roll. You've got those options, either crossing the ankle, feet side by side. If the hips are very tight, you can open and drop the knee if you want to. Lift the foot if you can, and get a little bit deeper into that release. 4 and 3, 2 and 1. Okay, before we move on, sit on the foam roller or come onto your knees, whichever is easier for you, and tuck your fingers. So we've spoken about the diaphragm, our main muscle of respiration, which is attached to these intercostal muscles between the rib cage. So we're going to loosen this area up. You'll be able to get the fingers in a lot more easily right here around the waist. And we want to try and just push the fingers in and loosen it up all the way till we get to this solar plexus area here at the bottom of the sternum. Just really loosen up there. Tuck the fingers in, move around this area. We're going to get into the psoas just now. Let's just loosen up the top of the diaphragm, which tucks under the ribs here. And holding the fingers in, let's breathe. And then exhale. So as your fingers tuck in on the inhalation, you'll feel them being pushed out as you breathe diaphragmatically through the nose. Then exhale. And you'll be able to get them in a little bit more easily. So come into a little bit of a rounded posture and just relax the abdominal muscles as much as possible and loosen up there. Now we're going to continue and we're going to roll along the front of the legs. So bring that foam roller across the mat and elbows ahead of you. Relax your hands as much as possible. Try not to do this where the feet are up and the belly button's down. Try and drop the feet and lift the belly button and get deeper into this release. If you want to bend the knee, you can alternate. And again, this will take you a little bit deeper into the release. Another option is to cross one leg over the other and just focus on a slow, steady release. So slow the movement down a little bit more. If you want to do that, then just rock over to the other side. You'll be getting a little bit deeper into the release. If it is too intense, then keep both legs on the foam roller, focusing on the breathing. And now we're working on quite a few different lines in the body. Today we're bringing rotation into it. We're working the back line of the body, the front line of the body. And we're going to work now into the hip flexor. So the foam roller should be below the hip bone, just on the front of the leg. We're coming into a gecko position with the other leg. Your hand is under your shoulder and on the elbow. So we're rotating the upper body a little bit. Then the knee is bent. Open up that knee as wide as you can. And you're going to pulse the foot away from the center of the body. So we're loosening up in the hip flexor. Make sure the roller is below the hip bone. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You can extend the leg, and then we're going to drop onto our side. So extend the arm in line with the shoulder. Your ear is resting on the mat, palms together, and we're going to open up, breathing in, and then exhale. Breathing in. So coming into that rotation, and exhale. Here we go for 3. And exhale. Breathe in for 4. And exhale. 4 to go. And exhale. 3. 2 more. And exhale. Now holding yourself in this open position, trying to square your shoulders off to the ceiling. Keep the hips as they are. We're going to lie here and breathe for a few counts. Just nice, slow, steady inhalation for 4 counts. And like we spoke earlier, we're going to focus longer on the exhalation. Breathing in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Now exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Here we go again. Breathing in. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Do another 2. Breathing in. And exhaling. Nice gentle breath. Breathing in. And exhale. So you should have felt all of that happening around this area. Let's lengthen out. Bring your arm in line with the body. The foam roller is just below the hip bone, but you may need to adjust yourself so you are more relaxed on the mat, lying on your arm, and bring that top arm next to your other ear. So we're breathing in this position, feeling that lengthening on the top of the body. Inhale in this position, exhale, and lift up. Try and bring your feet parallel. Drop the toes and the heel down. Breathe out as you lift. Breathe in as you lengthen out. So think about the space you're creating down the lateral side of the body. You're breathing into that space. Now exhale and release. Breathe in. Now you should almost feel like the top side of your body. Mine is my right side, is getting a little bit longer as I drop and lengthen out, exhaling and inhaling. I'm going to do 3 more, breathing in and exhaling as you lift, breathing in and exhaling. Last 2 and exhale. For 1 more and exhale. Okay, and we can rock forward back onto the hips and over to the other side. Just going to rotate around. Taking that leg into the gecko position. Make sure the leg that's on the foam roller, the hip that's on the foam roller, you're below the hip bone. Take the knee out as wide as possible and pulse into that external rotation out for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You can release that foot onto the mat, then lengthen out, drop your ear, palms together, breathe in and open up. You can add a little bit of a bounce into this movement just to help you get a little bit further into that rotation. Exhale, nice and slow, longer exhalation. Breathe in and exhale. Here we go for 3 and exhale. Breathe in for 4 and exhale. 4 to go. And 3. Last 2 and exhale. And 1 more. Hold it in this open position and focus on your inhalation and longer on that exhalation. 2, 3, and 4. Now exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Breathing in and exhale. Exhaling. Let's do another 2. Breathing in and exhale. Last 1. Breathing in. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. From this position, lengthen yourself out, feet one on top of the other. Make sure you're feeling that lengthening out and bring that top arm next to the ear. Breathing in this position. As you exhale, lift. Try and lengthen that left side I'm on now, or the top side, whichever side you're on. Breathe in and exhale. Let's just stretch and reach for 2 more. And exhale. And the last one, breathing in and exhale. Bring that top hand onto the mat and let's come onto the hands and knees. We're now going to take our hands onto the foam roller, knees under the hips, working on lengthening into the front line of the body. So thumbs pointing towards the knees, fingers on the other side of the foam roller. In this position, we're going to open up an arch. So you should already be feeling a stretch over the front of the abdominal area, over the sternum, and we're going to lengthen into the neck. And I want want you to extend your bottom jaw forward. Like Popeye smoking his pipe, you're extending the chin, lengthening, and really feeling that stretch over the throat area. Then you're going to exhale, come into a rounded position starting at the tailbone and dropping the head towards chin towards the chest. Let's open up an arch. Breathing in. Now extend that chin again. And then exhale into that tuck position. Let's breathe in, hugging the spine with the shoulder blades. Extend your chin and exhale. You can add a little bit of a bounce in this position. And let's breathe in, hugging the spine, extending the chin, and exhale, and bounce. Breathing in, extend the chin, open up as much as you can, exhale, and bounce. Finish off with 2 more. Extending the chin and exhaling and bounce. Last one, breathing in, extending and exhaling and bouncing. Okay, we'll put the foam roller to the side. And now we're going to take one of those soft reflex balls. We're going to come into a knee box position. And before we start using the ball, just keep it available. We're going to work into loosening up in the neck area. So you're going to take the hand and you're going to make a fist and you're going to massage down the side of the neck, the side that the legs are on, and you're going to just work into loosening up into this side of the neck. We're going to be lengthening this side of the neck, but I want you to loosen this side of the neck so we can focus more on this side of the neck into the stretch. So massaging and just sliding the knuckle up and down that side of the neck. 5, you can move it around a little bit, and 3, 2, and 1. Now take your hand, the heel of your hand, bring it next to that front leg, and you're going to lift the head up and over, so lengthen up and out of the neck, so you should be feeling that stretch down the shoulder. Then we're going to take our thumb and index finger, we're going to pinch the ear between, or the earlobe is there, the top of the ear, between the thumb and the index finger. We're going to breathe in and just gently tug as you reach up and over into that stretch, and then exhale and release. Breathe in again, gently tug and exhale and release. Do another 2, breathing in and exhale and release. The last one, breathing in and exhale and release. Okay, taking that reflex ball, we're bringing it behind the front knee. The hand stays on the mat. We're going to push up onto the knee. You're going to reach that arm up and over. As you look down at the hand, let's breathe in. On the exhalation, look up at your arm. Breathe in. So we're getting that movement into the neck. Open up, breathe in, and exhale. Keep going, breathing in and exhale. Breathe in for 4 and exhale. Then we're going to release. If you can keep the ball there, do so. If you want to remove it, by all means, take the hands onto the elbows, and we're going to breathe in, and as you exhale, lower down, breathing in and exhale. If you are taking strain in the knees, then you just bring the legs parallel, and you're going to make that movement smaller. If you can keep the rotation, but you're taking a little bit of strain, then make the movement smaller. Otherwise, we're going all the way down and breathing into the rotation as we come up. Exhaling, nice and slow and controlled. Breathing in. Use your hand if you need to, assist, pushing off the mat, and exhaling. We're going to do 4 more, and exhale, and 3, and exhale. 2 more. Hold it in this lifted position. Make the movement smaller for 2 and 3. 4 more, and 3, 2, and 1. Good. Sitting back onto the mat, nice and slow and controlled. Release the ball, and let's go over to the other side. So like we've just done, we're going to release this side of the neck. Should already feel a little bit looser, but massage around, doing a little bit of self-release with those knuckles. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hand onto the mat. Use the other hand just to assist as you breathe in. Tug on the ear and stretch, trying to push the heel down into the mat, and then exhale and release. Breathing in and exhale. Here we go for 3 and exhale, and finish off with 1 more and exhale. Okay, from there, ball behind the knee, and you're keeping that hand there, you're pushing up, and we're going to look up, breathing out and breathing in. Breathing out and breathing in. Breathing out and breathing in. Finish off with 1 more and breathe in and lower back down. So if you can, keep the ball there, otherwise you're removing it, and you're going to rotate and breathe into the lift. Any strain in the knees, you bring the legs parallel. Exhale and breathe in. Here we go for 3 and breathe in. Keep going, 4 more and 3. Exhaling, and the last one, we're going to hold it up at the top and make the movement smaller for 2 and 3. 3 more, 2 and 1. Lift up, slowly lower down. Coming into a supine position again, You can take both the reflex balls, but remember, if you don't have the reflex ball and you have a foam roller, I mean not a foam roller, a high density peanut, you can use that or your tennis balls. To start off with, take one of the soft reflex balls and you're going to bring it onto the occiput ridge. So your occiput ridge is at the base of your skull, and you may, if your hair gets in the way, just need to take it out the way, move it out the way manually with your hand. Otherwise, we're going to just work on just rotating the head, a very small movement, moving the ball from one side to the other side. Just a very gentle movement there. You might need to reposition it, as they do have a tendency to move around a little bit. Nice small movement. You can increase the range of the movement if you want to. Do another 4. Working on that rotation in the neck. Come back to center. If you're using the reflex balls, you're going to lift one shoulder and tuck the ball in. Then lift the other shoulder and tuck the ball in. Lengthen the legs out and reach the arms up next to the ears. Open yourself up as much as you can. If you're using the foam, the high density foam peanut, you're going to position it on either side of the spine, and again open yourself up and lengthen out. Support the head if you need to. Bring the arms in line with the shoulders, palms are facing up. We're going to breathe in this position, this open position. Now take the right arm, reach it across to the left arm, and then you're going to breathe in, open up, and circle the arm back to its starting position. Then take the left arm, exhale, reach the arm across the body, breathe in, and open up. As you exhale, reach. Then open up. Keep going. Exhaling. And breathe in. Opening up. Again, let's do another 4. Breathe in. Opening up. Exhale. Breathe in. 2 to go, exhaling, and open up. For the last one, exhaling, and opening up. Good, bend the knees, and if you've got both balls, release them one at a time, otherwise take that foam peanut and remove it. Then take your tennis balls, or if you have the foam peanut, you can use the foam peanut and that little blue reflex ball in the next few exercises. What we are now going to do is we're going to bring the balls under the palms and we're going to breathe in. On the exhalation, you're going to push into the balls, or the peanut and the other little ball, and you're going to extend your arms down towards your feet as you exhale. So you're going to drop the shoulders down. The chin should lift up in this position as we breathe in. Relax and let the chin drop. Then on the exhalation, as you drop the shoulders down, So almost feel like the exhalation is dropping, helping assist drop the rib cage and moving forward into that stretch and that release. Push on the reflex balls and then release and breathe in. Exhale. Lengthen, push down and exhale. Breathe in. Be aware of what's happening in the chin. Push down on the reflex balls and lengthen out. Breathe in 4 more. And exhale. Breathe in and exhale. Let's do another 3 and exhale. 2 more and exhale. For the last one and exhale. Take one hand, bring it behind the head. The other hand stays on the reflex ball or the peanut. Breathe in. On your exhalation, push into the ball. Now we're moving into a lateral stretch, reaching down and lengthening out. So again, as you exhale, feel the rib cage dropping and stretch right around into that lateral movement. Breathe in. Come back to your starting position and exhale and reach. Make sure the weight of your head is resting in your hand and exhale and reach. Breathe in and exhale and reach. Here we go for 4 more. Exhaling and reach. 3 to go. And exhale and reach. Last 2. And exhale and release. For the last one. And breathe in. Here we're going over to the other side. Breathing in. And exhale and reach. Breathing in and exhale and reach. Exhaling and reach. 4 more and exhale and reach. Exhale. Last 2 and exhale and the last one and exhale. Come back to center, breathing in, coming into an arch position, so we're opening up as we exhale into a tuck position. Tilt the pelvis, breathe in, lift slightly up off the mat, and we're going to put the balls, tennis balls or reflex balls, or you can use that high density foam peanut, into the lower back. So we're not right in line with the hip bones, we're slightly higher, but reposition the balls or the peanut wherever you feel you're getting the most release from them, but you want to be able to release the tailbone onto the mat. If you're taking any strain and you prefer to keep the feet flat and the knees bent, by all means do that. But if you want to do one or the other, we're going to alternate between the two. Ideally, you want to lengthen out and really get into that pelvic tilt. You could reach the arms next to the ears or cradle your head in your hands. As you breathe in, we're opening up over the balls. As you exhale, you pushing into that tuck position, into the balls, tilting and lengthening over the front of the legs. If you're in this position, the same thing will apply. You'll just be tilting a little bit higher, breathing in and then exhaling. Lengthen out if you can, breathe in and exhale. Breathing in and exhale. Keep going. Let's do another 4. Breathing in and exhale. 3 to go. And exhale. 2 more. And exhale. For the last one. And exhale. Bend the knees, bring the feet flat, and just rock. So you're rolling the balls around that lower back. If you are using the high density foam peanut, then you can just shear over the peanut. So it's going to stay on the one spot, and you're just going to wiggle the hips from side to side, loosening up around the lower back area. If you have got the balls there, you can move them from side to side, move them up a little bit, move them down a little bit. I suppose the same with the peanut. Move it around if you need to and just shear across. Then, with the peanut and the balls, bring the knees up and over the chest. Drop the arms next to the body and just wiggle the knees from side to side. And this should be a great release for that lower back. Then you're going to release one foot, release the other foot. Take the balls or the foam peanut out from underneath you. Have a nice big yawn and stretch. Take one of those reflex balls or the smaller ball if you want to, and we're just going to finish off with a gentle release, massaging over the forehead, into the hair, just loosening up around this area. You can use one ball or both balls and just massage around, loosening up tension around this area. And put the ball to the side. Have one last big stretch and yawn. And just moving, pendulating, wriggling around, opening up. Pinch the mat between the shoulder blades, the soles of the feet together. Wiggle the hips from side to side. Lengthen out. And tuck your chin to your chest. Uncurl through the spine. Hang out there and just bounce. And hopefully you're feeling that you're breathing gently, you rested and you relaxed and you reset. Remember, movement is key. If you don't use it, well, you lose it.